because we've gotten yet more food service donations. We've received $50 to pay down school lunch debt from Andrea Turnowski. We've received $50 to pay down school lunch debt from Graciela Parati, Grace Parati. We've received $100 for school lunch debt from Virginia Volk. And we've received $2,111.93 from the GoFundMe for Claremont School Lunches by Annie Cooper. And those two are the second ones. So I'm looking for approval of those donations for the school lunch debt and some guidance of.
Can I ask about that?
Let's do a motion, then we'll ask.
Okay, I move that we approve the whatever that adds up to.
The motion for, what was the total?
The total will be $2,311.93.
I move that we accept $2,311.93 toward the school lunch debt, or whatever we decide to do with that, I guess.
I'll second.
Okay. Further discussion? Jason, then Carolyn, and then Michelle, I think. Did you have your hand up, Michelle?
Okay, so
Okay.
we've already wiped away the debt that we had already discussed, and this is money above and beyond that. So.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
This came in, all of these donations came in after the first round and acceptance and complete elimination of last year's school lunch debt.
So, I know that we are, there was just an article in the newspaper yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago, about building shelves to stock essentially food pantries in 4 of the schools. I believe that's what the article said.
Yes, it was in today.
I would almost be in favor of using that money to stock those pantries, because that's food that's taking care of kids who need it. I'm not terribly in favor of setting that money aside to just pay off more of what we've already done, because frankly, I'm hoping that we're going to solve that problem, and we're not going to continually send a message that says there's money available to pay off if you don't pay.
Yeah.
And I think that money that came in, I mean, the people who paid that money, they were going on the assumption that it was going to be used to feed children. I think that those pantry type things are a really good use of it. So that would be I'd be in favor of doing that.
Carolyn?
Well, Jason just asked the question and answered the question that I was thinking too. And I would be in full agreement with what Jason proposed.
Michelle?
At this point in time, is there going to be a school lunch deficit for this coming year, or are we okay? I'm curious to know that.
Statements have gone out, and we're working to collect the monies that are owed by people at this
So
point.
what's that amount at this point, please?
I mean, I have positive and negative balances, so I don't know what the total amount of negative balances is at this point. I can certainly bring that next time. I don't have that report with me today.
I really think that we should wait to see what this report says next week before we do anything with money. Except accept it and have it kind of be in hold.
I think that the essential question is do we want to have an escrow account for future delinquencies? Or do we want to put the money aside for feeding children? So that's what I'm hearing from 2 different conversations.
I think there's always going to be some type of a balance floating. And I think if we set that aside, all that's going to happen is there's always going to be this question, there will always be some people who owe money. There's no doubt about it. We're just hoping that based upon hiring this part-time person and staying on top of it, that we can minimize that and keep it relatively low. I just know that the being hungry and going home hungry thing is something that exists every day.
Yes.
And now I can't speak for anybody who sent money, but I think they'd be happy to know that it was being used to feed kids.
So I'm going to ask the administration an essential question in my mind. So we would like to accept the money as a board. I get that sense.
Yes.
The motion's been made and seconded. is it within our purview to dictate to administration how to use that money?
No.
So so we can say we'll accept the money. There are different opinions on how it would be used on the board, but I don't know if that's relevant to the administration.
It's a good
Or can we
It
make a
really
motion?
isn't, because we're not really,
If
I
you
personally
give
feel
us
we're
a
not
general
able-
sense of where you're going, where you'd like it to see it go, we will certainly
Right.
follow that. That's,
So then I'm looking for an amended motion, I think, at this point.
I think we should
I'd like to
contact
amend-
the donors to make sure they're okay with that.
I'd like to amend the
Some of them I
motion
can't contact the GoFundMe people.
to allow for,
Are you thinking an escrow account?
well, and so I think we, yes, should have an escrow account. Also, I would like to amend it to also look into the food pantry thing. We could divide it. Doesn't mean to take one here and one there. I think they're both great ideas. So can we amend it that it be, hopefully, that you'll be able to split it and use it for both issues?
So I'm
So-
gonna reiterate what I think I just heard you say, and that's that you're like to make a motion to take the money, accept the money, use half of it for food pantry and half for an escrow account.
Yes.
Okay, is there a second to that motion? So hearing no second, is there another motion?
I'd like to amend the motion to accept the money that, $3,311.93. $2,311.93, and use that money to stock the food pantries in the 4 schools.
I will second that.
Further discussion?
Mr.
do
Fay.
you want us to stock it or to give them a check for 2,300 and say, get what you need, because they're a bit more aware of,
I would be perfectly okay with splitting it 4 ways and telling them to use it to stock it until it's gone.
okay.
Further discussion?
Can I just ask a clarifying, you mentioned 4 ways.
I think there's 4 of those going into 4 schools, yes?
I believe ultimately it will be all 5 schools.
Okay,
So if
5
they're
ways then.
amenable to all 5.
Equally with as many shelves as there are.
Okay,
How's that?
thank you.
Second it.
Okay.
Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, great, thank you. Update on the superintendent.
Sorry, I have 2 more. I
Oh, I'm
just was
sorry,
making a note
donations,
on that
that's
one.
right.
My apologies. The next one is,
Accepting donations, so.
the next one is from the Jack and Dorothy